What's good, everybody? It's been quite a while since I've been on live like this right here without the StreamYard, but greetings to everybody that is watching this current video in the present and in the future. And as you can see by the title is very direct, discreet, very serious, very on point. Some might be curious about what exactly I mean that I'm done. I'm about to disclose that within this video right now. Just a second, I'm getting some ready. As you can see right here, you can see my work that I've been working on currently. Uh, Now, this is a great project, as I can see. It looks amazing. I can't lie, especially the color. You know how it's coming out and everything. As y'all know, in the past, I have said briefly within recent videos, I've been very vocalized and open on my viewpoints. I've been here dispersing the truth for quite some time, uh, from my perspective, whether people want to hear it or not. Um, I'm talking about my work and everything that I've been dispersing for people to know about. Um, well, recently, of course, people have been knowing, I've been having spats here and there, talking with people about certain information that I might agree with, might not agree with, and voicing my behalf. Well, at this point, I notice things, and at this point, it's just no point to. I just noticed some things about people, and it's to the point of where I'm not going to even call the people, out on what. It's no point in even trying to correct them or show them where they wrong at this point. So I had unsubscribed from somebody I've been watching and following for a long time, supporting for a long time. We all know who that is. That's Sanchez. I unsubscribed from both of his channels. At least the I didn't from the Flat Power one. I forgot to do that one, honestly. So that's why people ain't been seeing me in the chat. I have not been watching his videos while people might think that I'm watching. I swear to God, I have not been watching his videos. Besides, when I get a notification, and because YouTube will send you a suggested or recommended video, for some reason it'll pop up first on mine. But anyway, proceeding on past that point, I disagree with some things that both leaders within this sector say. Sanchez, and because these are the two leaders as far as there's new profound information that they have not decrypted and don't know, and they act like they have the answers to everything, and they watch other people videos. Well, apparently it's a video that they watched and they've been reposting called "The Lost History of Flat Earth." And briefly, I just want everybody to think about. I don't know how long this video will be. I want everybody to think about everything that's been said about Lucifer, the devil, and things like that here recently. Everything about the Tetragrammaton, all of that stuff that's been said. I didn't watch and see. I came through Drez's channel this morning, actually. Something just told me to type up his stuff, just check in and see, you know, just like I normally do. I go over there and I saw that he was live streaming about the flat Earth, some documentary I had never seen before. So I chose to go ahead and click on it and watch it, and I was listening to it. I didn't see and I didn't know that Sanchez had actually apparently live streamed it first. Apparently, I didn't know that because, like I said, I wasn't subscribed to him. So I went to Dress's channel and went to go check and see out what was going on over there. I dropped a few comments on some things. Wasn't disrespectful, nothing like that. Slightly disagreed, moved on, progressed on forward. Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead and I can't Only reason I'm doing this stream like this is because of the StreamYard time. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this from my phone real quick while I work on my stuff. At the end of the day, uh, that's part of the reason why, because I'm realizing I'm going in circles with people. I'm realizing that I'm going in circles with people when it comes to even trying to explain myself, and I'm not even being heard. I realize I'm not being heard, or even if I'm being heard, I'm not trying to be, nobody's trying to comprehend me. I realize that they're not trying to comprehend me. And it's two different things. I've always heard this saying get passed around here recently about, you know, people say that communication is key. But now the new thing that people are saying is comprehension is key, which is true. Shout out to you, HOTC. I see you. They say that comprehension is key, which is true. Obviously, I'm not comprehended quite too well, is what I see on my end. And all I got to show is some brief information. Think about how it's been said that Lucifer is the god of sound by others. The god of sound, right? God of music, right? Music and sound is synonymous, correct? Correct. It's just like saying electricity and light is synonymous. Music and sound are synonymous. How do you have music without sound? Okay. At the end of the day, I was looking at this particular section of what they were saying on this video when I went back. Apparently, Sanchez had streamed it live on his end. My criticism, I already, as far as Dress, when he was watching his, and he said what he said about the pyramids and things like that, I dropped my comments then, yeah. But as far as Sanchez's side, I hadn't been on his side and seen his comments and everything that he was saying as he was watching this Flat Earth documentary. Mind you that the Earth is hell in his saying. Everything is tetragrammaton. This is a tetragrammaton matrix, is what the brother's been saying. It's just a lot of stuff is flip flop and don't make sense. I don't have time to keep on going back and forth for smoke. And the reason, and I approach people directly and talk to people directly when they want, like I said that I would keep my word when they say that they won't smoke and things like that. But why would I keep on getting on people panels and the same person himself purposely make my voice sound low? To, and he can't say, because guess what? My voice is absolutely ditto right now. Good. He's even made a stream in the past and disclosed how he noticed when he got into a debate with other people that they purposefully made his mic sound lower and sound messed up compared to others. He's pointed that out himself. So obviously, somebody who pointed that out, they know the game. He already had been watching over here and he see what happens is he heard everything that I was saying over here from his minions that relayed a message to him. And he didn't want to open up for smoke until he heard me say what I said about the globe over here on this side. I realized that, I saw that, because he felt like it's holes enough within that he can argue against that. He felt like he had room for smoke with that. He felt like he had room to debate that. Realize when it comes to this right here, it's a whole different story, fam. Ain't nobody trying to debate this right here. I swear to God, ain't nobody tried. So when it come down to this tetragrammaton stuff, mind you, he said that this is a tetragrammaton matrix. This, the Earth is a tetragrammaton. The Earth is the tetragrammaton, right? I want to say shout out to the dude who made this video. This was an excellent video that he put together. Very much hard work. I respect people when they do a lot of hard work and put stuff together. I know how that feels. But at least, and I want to say kudos to him because for whatever reason, he deserved more respect and get more respect than I ever would for what I do and what I brought. I guess just because I'm open minded to when I see something like I saw those lines loop back around that globe like that. And then, people will say stuff about you doing magic with your hands and shit like that. The weird shit that people make up. I guess I'm just supposed to be a robot and just hold my hands right here and just not say nothing. I mean, and just talk and just hold my hands still. We human beings, man. Before there was any spoken language, guess what existed? Body language. Okay. Nobody's casting any spells and weird, wicked, stupid ass shit that, you know, somebody would try to make up. I can move my hands when I talk, just like I want to. Now, anyway, as I'm saying, the fact is, at the end of the day, I'm not going to keep on going back and forth and people make a way to try to make me look bad and my image when I see something common sense that other people won't question, I see the lines loop back around on this, what they put here on this globe and everything as far as the Nazca lines. I just question it. At least I'm open minded. I'm not going to be closed minded just to say flat earth this, flat earth that. I said I'm in the center and there's nothing wrong with that. That's real. That's authentic. That's the most authentic position that you can ever be. It was just a guy on my Great Pyramid page actually that I messaged earlier today, and he actually said the same thing. He said something about a firmament earlier today, and it's funny. I watched that video earlier, this video earlier today with Dreads now over there. He said something about the firmament on his end. I said, "You must be a flat earther, huh?" He said, "No, I'm not a flat earther." He said he doesn't consider himself anything. He's in the middle. He's well, he didn't say in the middle. He said he's a straight truther at the end of the day. And that's exactly the stance that I'm in. I told him that's the realest position to be. You figuring it out. And the fact is, when I play this right here, and I do see that I'm just like I say, I'm trying to stay focused in what I'm saying and not forget my drift and where I'm going. I'm not ignoring the chat. I'll take a pause and read it because I don't want people to feel ignored. Keep doing your great work. When the dust settles, your discovery will change everything. I thank you for saying that, bro. I appreciate that. I stand with you, my great brother. I can vouch for the truth you bring. Thank you. I appreciate that. They won't they don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear what you have to say. What you say is because you have a small channel. Shaking my head. But let the information come from a big channel and it'll get praised. Yeah, that's true. You know, that's the funny thing, when people say stuff about a small channel and things like that in the past, man, and that goes back to the money mindset. If that is the reason, they contradict themselves greatly. That goes back to the money mindset, that goes to the subscriber mindset. That's why I said in my previous when I talked about the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise and the hare, tortoise, turtle. Uh, at the end of the day, I said that I'm only competing with myself. I got a pass, man. I know just like people bring up who they knew in the past. It's not a who you know and who you've met does not make you anybody. It don't make you. I don't say that I met Snoop Dogg just to say and know Snoop Dogg. Actually, know Snoop Dogg on a name basis, like family. We might not talk every day and things like that, but everybody got family that they don't even talk to. What is family reunions for? But anyway, I don't do that, and I don't even like to bring it up because you got haters out here, and people think you do stuff for bragging rights. But at the end of the day, I've been somebody. I've been down that road. I've built a following that might not be on Instagram and stuff, but it's on Instagram. I mean, it might not be on YouTube and stuff as far as big yet, but it's on Instagram. They don't. It's not that they don't support me because I got a small channel. It's plenty of people who got small channels that, and actually people who don't even put out content that they support. It's not because I got a small channel, if you ask me. It's because I don't donate. That's what it truly is. It's because I don't put no money in his pockets. That's what it really is. At the end of the day, he got people on his panel that be up on there that don't even got no channel necessarily, ain't got no content out. What about the Quins who get up there all, almost every panel? It's so it can't be that. But the fact that you stand with me with my work, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And it's crazy, like I said, it ain't about what you are, but you know what you are, Brandon. You know that HOTC, Brandon. You know what you are. I'm not gonna say it right now. It's not. I'm not being secretive about it. I just get tired of people even bringing it up. But you see who supports me. They don't want to hear what you have to say because you have a small channel shaking my head. But let the information come from a big channel. It'll get praise. That's right. Oh yeah. That last part is right. Peace and plenty to you, brothers. Shout out to you, Divine Intuition 444. Seeing you around here a lot. Most of the big channels with all the followers are filled with yes men. What is sad is that when an individual comes with something that goes against the flat earth and logical, immediate attacks come. Absolutely. Real talk. And I was coming with logic and they couldn't come with any to dispute that, to be honest. You know, I'm just open minded. But you have solidified your discovery and you are the first. So when it get the attention that it should get, you will be the only one that can explain it because the intentions you have are pure. That's it. Yeah, God put me in that position, to be able to explain that, real talk. High vibe soul group. Peace to the chat. Soul group already. Good phrase. Soul group. HOTC Divine Intuition is my twinsy and one of my goddess G. I can't. Alien. She crew. LOL. Facts. It's all for fame, cash apps, and super chats. Yeah, I'm actually trying to build something, man. I really am. Actually, not trying. Actually, am building something, and it's going. I'm gonna go into depth about that here now. Um, if you're not a yes man and a go get along gang, right on. Yeah, you seen as a hater, you know. But I'm gonna just disclose something right now because I don't know how long this video gonna be, but I'm gonna go and let it play. See my stuff. See it pops up his stuff and recommend it so much. So it ain't on. If I come across this video and I see it live, I click on it and watch it. But from now on, as far as saying anything, that's what dudes want me to do anyway. It's not say nothing because I'm too much pressure for them in the first place. But they can have it because, like I say, I'm done. I'm not playing. That title in that video is very serious. I'm done over here on this side. I got a whole nother channel, obviously, and I'll be over there on that side displaying and putting my information out over there. For whatever reason, networking with people of my own kind, it just don't work out, bro. It don't work out. I'm just being quite honest. It just doesn't work out. Um, because when you display and show information, that's when they're talking about tetragrammaton this, tetragrammaton that. But think about every last one of these star forts that was shown within this video. If you did see it, every last one of them would technically be what? A tetragrammaton, especially the 5-point star ones, which is exactly what I've been showing, which is built off of these exact numbers. Every 5-point star, congruent, is built off of this.
Even though it's unlikely that the Volga Arch is original, and that many roads themselves were constructed during the Great Reset, it is likely that the inheritors of the 19th century were instructed to drain and fill many of the tributaries that once carried water. That's why we see drained castle moats and star stations. Perhaps that's what a lot of the surplus mud you see during this period was used.
LOL, I've been asking for 45's email. LOL. It's let's make the world better at mail.com. LETSMAKETTER@mail.com.
during the 19th century. The use of electromagnetism, sound waves, and water would have had endless applications and uses in the old world, most of which we will never know about. But many structural remains do offer a lot of clues. The abundance of remarkable and impossible stately homes, halls, and manors found throughout our realm all point to the mass-scale farming practices of the old world. We travel miles to marvel at their beauty and grandeur. But more impressive than the structures themselves are their gardens and orchard gardens. We have the Palace of Versailles, Schwetzingen Palace, the Royal Palace of Caserta.
I'm gonna try to count right now how many of these are at 45 degrees. These palace/star forts. I'm gonna count how many of them because I just saw one. That's just one. This whole garden is built off of a 45-degree aspect. That's a fact.
We have the Palace of Versailles, Schwetzingen Palace,
I think I'm.
the Royal Palace of Caserta,
I don't want to mess this up. I think I'm gonna move to my next one.
Nymphenburg Palace,
I think that's the wisest thing to do.
Herrenhausen
I really
Palace.
just wanted y'all to be able to see how amazing this came out. This centerpiece. I ain't done with that because I'm gonna put the letters YHVH, which comes out to be 9. When you add the name YHVH, that comes out to be 9. So I'm gonna just move on to the next sector, which is this. And as you can see, when I tilt this way, I don't know whether y'all can tell or not, but that's the second half of the zero. That's right here. And when I put those together like that, of course, you can see that easily comes. I have to put it over like that. You know what I'm saying? It. I can't do it on camera right now, of course, but yeah, that's how it all comes in this. I mean, almost hundreds. Not hundreds of paper, but so many pieces of paper till it ain't funny. But this right here is a compass coming from these lines coming right here. That's the compass that's starting that you can see coming from the zero. So that's what that is right there. Okay. Now, I'll let that get back to playing.
We have the Palace of Versailles, Schwetzingen Palace, the Royal Palace of Caserta, Nymphenburg Palace, Herrenhausen Palace.
Look at that. That's 45 degrees all day. That's built off of the square.
Even today, they still retain much of their splendor and brilliance. But it's when we look at some of the old plans of these areas that we realize just how otherworldly these sites were.
The reason why I'm pointing this out is because this is the key with fractalization of energy. Look at that right there. This all back here in the back. This is 60 degrees. This is all 60 degrees. This is a 60-degree angle. That's why this right here creates a cube. These lines right here that connect like that, this makes a perfect cube. So this is all based on 60 degrees. What number have we heard is associated the most with the devil? 666 is what they have said. All of a sudden, the 45-degree angle started to be mentioned and talked about as if it's so demonic. But that's why I've been telling people about 45 degrees in the essence of magnetism, and it's not only that with the Nazca lines with the water aspect. It's in the middle of the desert, and people question how did they get their water and stuff. Okay, but and to anybody who questions why I'm gonna put those letters YHVH like that, I know with even what you've been hearing about the the essence of Yahweh and stuff like that. The reason why I'm putting those letters there is, of course, I just said it adds up to be nine, but it's because this what there's no other God that, as far as that's talked about. We're talking about Christianity, and this deals directly with the Tetragrammaton. Um, for whatever reason, that like I'm saying, I can't change what it comes out to be. I've shown the science behind it. I can actually go to um, my pyramid page, and what's I about to show real quick. Damn, I forgot what I was about to show. I was about to show something important. What was I don't know how that happened. I just straight lost it. That's this was a good one that I had made. This is the Fibonacci sequence right there. At all that goodness, 45 degrees right there. You can see that's where I was saying at the full Fibonacci sequence. Think about how many things that are Fibonacci in nature. It's all built off of the 45-degree angle. So what you're seeing right here is not the Fibonacci. It's a whole. Everything is spiraling everywhere. Every last number. That's what's so cool about it. But um, I can't remember what the hell I was getting ready to show, but as far as why, yeah, that's what I was getting ready to show. Why something I said something about YHVH adding up to be nine, and I was getting ready to show something dealing with that. Um, but there's no other. Yeah, the Tetragrammaton. Got you. Okay, this is a post right here. What is the Tetragrammaton? I know that y'all can't see in clarity, and you can see that the Tetragrammaton right there. This what this says. The Hebrew name of God transliterated in four letters. Four is what you see right here, and this is four spaces. Every pyramid on the earth, 369 is said to be the key to the universe, but how many three-sided pyramids do you see? How many five-sided pyramids do you see? How many six-sided pyramids? It's all four-sided pyramids, and this is part of the reason why. The science behind the grid itself, the true grid of the earth, the stuff all ties in together. So the angles of the pentagram, which is what I was showing, this right here. When you look up, y'all can look that up yourselves. I've showed this science in the past. This deals with the tetragrammaton. This is part of the proof of what I'm saying that I've been showing. This is tetragrammaton right there, and this right here is the aspect of the great conjunction that I was showing. Within that whole tetragrammaton symbol, you can see the DNA coil, which is the Mercury symbol down there at the bottom, which the brother Dreads had said meant nothing. The Mercury symbol, and I was showing the significance of that the symbol is not just made up; it actually has science behind it. And yeah, this, of course, this one right here, this is the Freemasons. You know, their depiction of the Great Conjunction, which I was showing people. So they know about that right there, the significance of the Great Conjunction, the Tetragrammaton. So all of the angles of the Tetragrammaton, 36 degrees, 72 degrees, 108 degrees, all of, and half of 108 is 54, which is 54, 45. That's all right here in the center. And that's all made from there in the center. So that's part of what I had to show with that right there, as far as the Tetragrammaton. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to my grand point behind why I'm saying I'm done, because I realize it's just circles to be going in over and over and over again, and it's not gonna get anywhere.
Then when we look at some of the old plans of these areas, then we realize just how
All I'm
otherworldly.
realizing is that when I look back, man, it's almost like it's a bunch of not a bunch of time being wasted, because I'm always working hard behind closed doors. But it's almost like, yeah, like time has been wasted, definitely. Or I, Time is one thing in life that you can't get back. I realize that all I've been trying to do is trying to reach out and network with people. And the same people that you try to network with, they'll say themselves that they don't have no friends in real life and stuff like that. But they'll chastise you and talk to you, talk slick and all different type of stuff about you being a loner and stuff, and think that you don't know who they're talking about and stuff. And say all of this, lame stuff and all this crazy shit. But at the end of the day, I realize how much time has been wasted. I realize what I'm trying to do, and I realize that other people that I'm talking about, they talk about things that's happening. They talk about what this world is, but whenever anybody wise gets on their panel and brings up the aspect of the question of what is we talking about it, but what is it that we can do about it? And as soon as anybody brings up what is it that we can do about it, the question, this the same answer is always that talking is doing something about it. That's all that we've ever been doing is talking. But that's why I'm trying to get this whole pyramid movement started. Cause see, something like this being introduced to black people specifically who have no real culture left behind of our own. We everything we do is buying of the people that already implement everything on us. We ain't built nothing really recently. That's our own. Me bringing something like this to our people is something that's supposed to revolutionize our consciousness, step it up and boost it up to the next level. That's part of my purpose. That's part of why I'm doing what I'm doing because once I leave this behind, it's something black and amazing that somebody, black, brown, whatever better word. I get off track and use that word black, to be honest, a lot. And yeah, man,
These sites were. They were never constructed to house the elite. They were the farms of old.
it's
Milk
crazy.
and the
Yes,
gold.
God, gang, I've been saying this.
They
Yup.
are cymatic
I'll refresh it
gardens.
again. I got it, guys.
Even from these old
I didn't
illustrated
get nothing sent
plans,
today.
we can
I
see
got your
just how
email already.
gargantuous these
I'll check my
gardens were.
email in a minute or
Microcosmic
after the
grid
video.
systems, suggestive of the entire larger power grid itself. The cymatic gardens were likely grids cultivated with sound and the living water to grow food, herbs, and who knows what else. Even contemporary scientists openly acknowledge that sound waves strongly influence the
I know y'all probably think I'm
vegetables and
bullshitting too. Like
crops.
he just feeling
And to
some
this
type of way.
day,
He
some of
he
these
he know he
structures
gonna be
retain
back on here and he gonna be back on here making videos and doing this and doing. Nah,
the
bro,
Palace of
I'm not
Versailles,
playing. I'm
a
very
wondrous
serious.
gem.
I'm very very extremely serious behind what I'm saying right now, man. I'm not gonna keep on going in circles with people, and I realize that it's only very few people comprehending the significance of what I'm saying. And the people that do, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Drake Marvel, a collection of impossible structures, extraordinary cymatic gardens, and water systems. Let's venture closer into the Palace of Versailles and have a look. Hold on now. Wait, what? This is not the Palace of Versailles. I really need to fix this thing. It's been acting up a lot lately. Where are we? Wait a minute. I recognize this place. Memories from
A lot of people, when they saw the title of that video, they probably thought when I said that our PR Corey is done, they probably thought I was saying I'm done with this project. That's the thing. Great things take time, man. If y'all thought that I was done, you obviously don't realize how long this shit takes. You know, and nobody would because ain't nobody else building it. You know what I mean? But if you ever tried to even come behind my tracks, which that's what I've been saying to other people, I'm the only person on earth building this, man, that's ever done this and created this art. If anybody ever attempted to try to recreate what I'm creating as one man, because that's the thing, man. It's one thing if a group of people come together and create and work on an art project, but I'm one man building this whole thing alone. And when I tell you I went through hell and I still ain't done, because I ain't even reached the final phase of doing this is the final layer right here. This is see when I get to doing this with this mechanical pencil, this is the final layer. After this is This is me finishing everything up. So I'm in my finalizing stages as far as all of the numbers and everything, filling them in. That's a fact. So it ain't gonna be too long. It's honestly took way longer than I thought. I hated saying and setting certain dates because it took me to really realize and zoom out and see it's gonna take a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take, man. I'm just ready to be done, but as far as one man, it takes a minute, and that's real talk. And if you want to do great work and you don't want to, leave sloppy marks and messes behind, that's what matters. And I'm willing to do that. Like I say, it's worth millions, literal millions. You know, so, and it ain't even about the money. But one thing is for sure, nobody can say that I sold out. And when I do come on this channel, I won't be talking no more. I'm gonna have my comments off. 9 times out of 10, or I might not. I don't know. I got to think about that right now because, like I say, for me to be done talking, man, due to not feeling comprehended, not getting the love that I truly deserve, at the end of the day, man, if I had a comments on, then people can. I mean, it's gonna force me to have to engage in comments and talk, to people and everything. And like I say, it ain't y'all. It ain't the people that's watching me that but I can't force people to, other people. It's like if one person come out and say exactly what I'm saying and do exactly what I'm doing, and that's why I pointed out what I pointed out. It ain't me being jealous. I'm just pointing out facts. If Sanchez was building this and talking about 45 degrees, imagine how his followers would be acting. Imagine how much appreciation they'd be showing him. They already treat him like a god. Plenty of them. Uh, people take so people take everything as haterism. Really, they don't realize the person who be, at the top. A lot of times they can hate on people that's at the bottom.
Long time ago. This is Chatsworth House in the Peak District, England. Oh well, this should do. Come on, let's see what we can find. Chatsworth House was completed in 1700. We are told. Its story, much like the story of the
Now,
entire.
now, Tommy, that's what I'm doing. Like I said, when I did this in the past, I was doing this as well so that people could see how long this takes. Now, if you time me, I just started this as far. Now, I was doing the outline at first. That took me a good little minute, even with talking. But if I just don't talk and just let this play and pick up on the parts that's important and voice my what I'm saying, this right here, just watch how long this simple number four takes, and then multiply that time that I did for this one times 28, which equals a full number, and then do that and multiply that times 28 because that's a full so just think about that.
History is a fabrication, a complete lie.
This ain't a
The
game,
place
man.
has changed much over the years. It is situated beneath two large bodies of water, the Emperor and Swiss Lake. The water from the lakes is channeled across a broken aqueduct before falling 79 feet and meandering gently down the hills in complex waterways and running right into Chatsworth Estate. The waters feed the estate's own lakes, rivers, and streams through a series of runways and a multitude of complex tunnels beneath the estate and the structure itself. Due to the estate's repurposing, much of this remains hidden, but you can see the tunnels quite clearly here, snaking their way down. It is one interconnected water system. Waterways deliver themselves into waterfalls and the impressive rockery before continuing on their journey. All of the water gathers into a central, rectangular front piece, which
Part of why
feeds
I'm
the
saying I'm doing it too is because when I get on people's panels and it seems like everything that you can't get on nowhere and talk about nothing, man. Like I start off a video and say that I'm not hey, I'm not fenced to, I'm not really trying to go on my channel and trying to support promote myself. I've got on people's channels and literally said that I'm not trying to promote myself or nothing. I'll get on there and not even send people to my channel. But how come the fuck every time I get on somebody's channel, You got either somebody in the comment section say something like that, or like Dreads had said, this nigga just trying to promote his channel. That's why I said what I said. And I still stand behind what I said. And then he went as far as to try to call me not a man. He told me that I'm not a man because you're not. That's what he said. You when I was in the midst of me talking, Slick said that. That's why I said what I said a couple of videos ago. Saying stuff like that is what drive people to the point of saying ignorant stuff like they will kick your fucking ass in real life, real talk. And I mean that. Don't ever insult my manhood. You know what I mean? Because it didn't even go. It's supposed to be about the information, but it's crazy as fuck. So that's why I say, and I stand behind what the fuck I said. I mean that. Niggas think you a joke or something. I never disrespected nobody manhood, but then he goes to talk and take stuff personal. This nigga just trying to promote his channel. That's not what I'm trying to do. I was actually keeping myself away from putting my channel up there and trying to show people my content. I didn't even have my work showing like I've got on there other times. It's like you just can't do right. It's like everything that you do, if you disagree to even the slightest amount, somebody think you're a hater. It ain't like I'm disagreeing and they ain't got any facts behind what I'm showing. And see, later on, when they got in an argument with somebody else on that panel slash debate, then that's where they want to say, okay, at least PR Corey did bring this and bring that. Because I went back and listened in on it later and didn't finish it. At least he did bring some type of pictorial what he was trying to say. This dude ain't bring nothing, is what they said. And they want to show you some respect when half-ass respect when you gone. Man, I've been around this place a lot longer than and been on their panels, join their panels and talk. They just act like they don't know who I am. Know of they don't know me personally. But as far as knowing of me, knowing of my name and shit like that, niggas can stun and act like it was in the past where I was wondering why the fuck Dreads had, texted me when I had a Twitter account, he had texted me and I was like, he for whatever reason, I don't know what he had said. I can't remember what he had said, but it wasn't nothing bad or nothing like. But it was just a weird instance. Like I was like, what's this all about? That's what he had texted me. He had sent me my Instagram profile. It was some weird ass shit. It was like he had sent me my Instagram profile, and I was like, what the fuck is that about? And I'm gonna just say right quick. That's why I say I'm done. Not that's why, but I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I want y'all to really think about how much shit really is. This is a psyop. That's what I'm gonna tell you for real. If y'all think that some of these cats ain't the FBI or connected to any type of government entity, and I'm not saying the Dreads is I'm just saying if you think that some of these cats ain't, you loony and off of your rocker. And at the end of the day, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because think about how many people that came out in this flat earth thing, and it's private investigators, been private investigators in the past, or some type of connection to so many of these cats got connections to law enforcement for whatever fucking reason. Then or criminal these YouTubers for whatever some type of criminal background criminal study background or something. I mean, you got Ralph Smart, and he ain't even got no connection to me like that. He didn't voice that he's a criminologist, um, or at least got a degree in and stuff like that. But Vegan Warrior, private investigator. Brother Sanchez, private investigator. And even Dredd said that he used to do work, that dealt with, criminal work in the past. He voiced that, where he said that he's seen a lot of stuff, fucked up stuff. So a lot of these cats, for whatever fucking reason, got connections to law enforcement. And that was just a real weird instance to me for that dude had to have sent me my own Instagram, shared me my own Instagram motherfucking profile. And I sent him a text like, what the fuck is this all about, bro? What is you doing? Like, and that ain't nothing made up. I just wish I deleted my whole Twitter profile. It was and it ain't even there no more. So I can't even show the proof of it. That's the sad part about it. That's part of why I really hate that I even brought it up right now. Cause people, if you ain't showing no proof or nothing. You know, people will make up anything or try to think that you making up something. But I swear to God, and I could, if God was right here, you know, and I could, you know, grab his hand and put, you know, instead of the Bible and let people, I ain't got no line behind what I'm saying. And that's just straight up. So that was just a weird instance within itself, thinking about that. You know, so I pay attention to these cats, and if they think that I ain't, if they thinking I'm slow and I ain't got grip on reality, I'm telling you, you gotta be fucked up. That's all I know. I see through all of the nonsense. That's why I say when I be on live or I've been on live in the past, motherfuckers be looking like, and then people bring up people be looking through your phone and computer. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Straight up. I don't give a flying fuck. Trying to get this back to the video.
For a fountain, the water then continues underground until it pours into the River Derwent.
Yep. Definitely not a game. I really need your other channel before you dip out, please. Thank you. I got you. I'll try to put a link down there later.
Has undergone some serious restoration, which is actually a fancy, deceptive word for criminal gutting and destruction of technology. There are a lot of haunting remains of its former glory. It is important to note that unlike many of the huge energy generators, Chatsworth House was probably partially occupied by farmers, that is. The central engine was located off-site and has been subsequently removed and repurposed as a larder to store hunted game. This magnificent, gorgeous structure would have functioned as a small generator, which also contained a small engine in its center. It was repurposed as the stables. The horses of the 19th century clearly lived better lives than most of the population. Above, atop of the hill next to the Emperor and Swiss Lake, we can see the quadruple capacitor, or water tower. This was repurposed as a hunting tower. But, stalking the 105-acre grounds, a visitor with eyes to see might spot some unusual sights. One of which is the half-ruined obelisk hidden away in the tangled overgrowth at the bottom of the hill below them.
Because this is a good grip behind or something. I don't know why. I think it's actually too far ahead, probably. Come to think about. Farther ahead, because it went past this. It ain't even did the Star Force and stuff.
Well,
Yeah. It was ahead. Okay. Got it.
there's so many, or as 3D ornamented. Look,
Yeah. Okay. Square. Star. 45 degrees, right? Somatic Gardens, right? You can even see this cat Sanchez is in the content. He's in his comment section later on and throughout the video, and he's clearly amazed by this, amazed and in supports of it. It's good stuff, right? No negative comments. There's the tetragrammaton right there. Dang, y'all can't even see. There it is. The light glare was right there. This is the tetragrammaton right here. This is the 5-point star right there. So that's the tetragrammaton right there. And it's very many star forces shaped like that. And if you think about the Nazca lines, which is what I was showing with the different stars, the Estrellas, which is literally what that is, this likely has to deal with these star forces. It's all connected to water and everything. Every last one of them is near water, so it's like he's pointed out. Wow, that's crazy. Seeing the etymology with the word star is like I've said in the past, it's got connections to start, but also store like as in storage, storage of energy. These are storage points.
The sole existence, let alone construction, of these star structures is almost beyond our comprehension. As you saw, they are found everywhere across our realm, with undeviating geometric consistency, a wondrous impossibility. Perhaps they had some kind of technology that allowed them to view huge areas of land from above, while
Now, that's where that comes in. He just said specifically, perhaps they had some kind of technology that allowed them to view vast distances of ground from above. Now, with him saying that, that goes into what I was saying about the Nazca lines. For them to put this up, and this is all connected on a grid, like they said. That's why I was saying the ancestors had to have known the true geography, the true shape of the earth. Now, the Nazca lines, for whatever reason, now that's where everybody, working together and everything, it's all supposed to be people working together. But when people don't accept other people for, whatever weird, crazy, stupid reasons and stuff, you ain't gonna get too far. At the end of the day, what this man is doing right here with this video, what he showed later as far as the because I learned something from this video. This man literally showed a new perspective of other new lands that I hadn't thought about and knew about myself. As far as the when he showed the clock and everything and how with the crescent moon and the other lands that were around it. So what I said about the because when I looked at it from that direction, I was like, that's something that reminds me of the grandfather clock when I thought about that. It's grandfather clocks that have that same type of cycle and everything set up. And at the end of the day, I thought about that. I said, okay, I wonder how this would be if I took the Nazca lines that were pointing around the globe and then tried to point them or apply them to pointing to different stuff on whatever this man is showing about the moon and in relation to the lands that's here on the earth. Because he was showing how the moon is a reflection of the earth, which I thought was very, unique. That thought has crossed people's mind in the past, even my own. But when you ain't got no proof behind it, it's just a speculation. Because the moon in that case would be like a gas station mirror. Like when you look in the corner of a gas that mirror that's curved in a gas station, and when you look up there, you can see yourself. That's kind of like what the mirror of where the moon would be in that case. But
planning
yeah,
and building. They were never thoughts. That is a fairy tale invented by our controllers. The stunning geometric precision and symmetry of the star structures would most likely have functioned to enhance the power of the generators and to etherize the water, or turn the water into living, energized water. We can see from comparing some of these ruined sites, and some left a little more intact, that water would have been present throughout the structure. Before the controllers destroyed and drained most of these structures, they were full of water. They were connected to rivers and canals and the oceans. They were a key component of the entire power grid. The star structures are fractals of symmetrical geometry, just like many of the ceilings of these huge energy generators. And, like the acoustic cavity magnetrons and resonators, the symmetrical sharp diagonal walls would have caused the islands to perpetually vibrate. Old plans and illustrations, which have no doubt been edited or manipulated in some way or another, offer suggestion as to how complex, integrated, and essential the star geometry was to the entire grid. Look at Paris here. It isn't obvious at first glance, but upon closer inspection, we come to realize that the entirety of Paris was itself a star station or a star city. And like with everything else constructed in the old world, these structures were at once functional and a celebration of the source of their innovation. Look closer at the star geometry here. Can you see the resemblance? The snowflake.
And that's why I said with star and storage, the etymology there is very much similar because if you think of the word storage or the word store, everybody around has to go to a store. It's a centralized part. It's a central factor. It's a meeting place for everybody. Everybody has to go to that store. Which, if you think about Paris and main cities, not even just Paris, but these other places as well, that's a store. A place that everybody goes to, a meeting grounds.
Do you remember what happened in Masuro Emoto's experiment on water? Ethereal vibration expressing itself from water's molecular structure.
Storing
Those in the
energy.
old world had perfected this science. They knew the key to releasing electromagnetism's potential was through sound and water. Just imagine what they were able to achieve. Sound, vibration, and frequency was just as integral to the success of their technology as water was. Those of the old world did not hide their adoration for sound. Traces of this love for sound are everywhere.
Now, see, the brother has not said anything about tetragrammaton matrix. Where is all of that knowledge at that he's been spewing about sound? Because, like he's been saying, he even said Azazel, Lucifer, all of this different stuff, the god of, music. Like I said, music is synonymous with sound. They both, how do you have music without sound? You, come on now. Like, at the end of the day, that's all synonymous. And even with God, if he says that God is the devil, right? They're both the same thing, right? Okay. Well, wasn't the earth spoken into existence? Is what they say. Well, that what is that? That's sound, right? So all I'm saying, like I've been saying, he's been focusing on the negative half. And all I'm saying, that's part of why I don't have a problem with putting YHVH with what I'm doing because I'm not putting a negative connotation on what I'm doing. I'm not thinking negatively behind what I'm doing and I'm not grasping towards the negative side. I'm focusing on the positive and the positive only. Uh, and at the end of the day, if there is a negative energy that rules this world, I'm not trying to get on this bad side. That's all I know. And not a negative, but a central. Because if you ask me, it's balance. It's 100% balance. I mean, you see good and bad happen in this world. Yeah, we have diseases. You can get hurt, but at the same time, for whatever reason, the creator also created stuff that you can use from nature that heals just about every disease that you can think about that we come across. So, and not only those things from nature, the fact of what they're talking about right now with sound, that's one aspect that heals people as well. Sound is something that helps heal people, so
These structures were literally
it can
instruments of
hurt and
power,
heal. This is a
or as the
balanced ground.
so-called Goethe put it so succinctly
It's a
elsewhere,
choosing ground.
music is liquid architecture. Architecture is frozen music. This is why so many generators, capacitors, power stations, and intermediates feature holes, pediments, dentils, indentations, and complex 3D ornamentation. They were structural openings to manipulate sound waves, the vibrations and acoustics, so they could tune the electromagnetic energy in conjunction with the water in a variety of ways to achieve different results. They were similar to the aerophone instruments such as the flute, the pipe, the recorder, the bassoon, and the trumpet. The old world revered the geometry of the.
Also, I'm saying there's another one, 5 point, a pentagon. What is that? Satanic, demonic? What is it? Uh, at the end of the day, as well, I'm gonna go ahead and take my stuff up to where I need to take it to, and get the networking with who I need to network with, because it's approaching the point of where it can be comprehended. I got all of the numbers done as far as the coloring of the background and everything. So when I lay it out on the ground and everything, well, not all of them, except the other quarter up here. I'm redoing this quarter 0 through 4. I got four done, so pretty much 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Both eights, both nines, both ones, both two. I mean 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over here, 9 over here, and then I stopped right here at 8. So I got the only numbers that I still have left to do. When I say I stopped at 8, I got the background and the outline is done for 8. Uh, and the coloring is the only thing that has to be started with 8, and then I have to do the basically draw out 9, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I loop back around. So my reason behind doing that is because I'm going for perfection, and my stuff that I created in my first days when I started this 0, 1, and 2. If you look at them now, they look horrible compared to what I'm doing now. I wasn't this good at what I'm doing as far as knowing what I need to do. And so that's why I'm going to redo those. I'm redo 3, 2, and really might not have to even redo 3. That's the thing. I don't have to redo 3. I don't have to. But I'm definitely going to have to redo 9, 0, 1, and then 2. And 1 right there, that's done as well. And of course, 0, that's done because that's the other half up past this point. So all of that is one perfect line, from 2 to 1 to 0, 0, 1, and then 2.
Star, because it was through the study of the stars in the waters above that they learned the power of fusing electromagnetism, vibration, and frequency with water itself.
That star look like this I'm
They will
drawing.
work harmoniously and in concert with one another. This interconnected and interdependent energetic relationship is what makes the stars and all life itself possible in the first place. Look a little closer at the dancing geometry of the sonoluminescent stars beyond the firmament. Do they remind you of something else?
That's what I'm saying. That's why this is colored like it is. That look like
That's right.
what I'm
All
drawing.
of the magnetrons, or what we've
45
come to
degrees.
call rose windows, were designed to mirror the cymatic patterns of ether's vibrations in water itself. Artist Tanya Harris was onto something in 2013 when she turned her attention to studying and recording the silent resonant frequency of churches. By placing water inside of a loudspeaker, she was able to discover the hidden geometry of these resonant frequencies. The results showed that even the silence within these structures produced strong cymatic patterns. And again, can you see the resemblance? Others have applied the same technique and studied the cymatic patterns displayed when bells chimed within the structures.
45 degrees. Right there. You gotta really look like, oh wow. It's right there. That's crazy. I'm not just saying that. The bars right here. These bars are at 45 degrees perfectly. That's a 90 degree. I can't do this backwards thing too easy, but that's a 90 degree. That's a vertical one. That's a 90-degree angle right there, like that. This right here is perfectly in the halfway between. That's 45 degrees. At the end of the day, that makes a perfect square if you went and then another diagonal square. So that's at 45 degrees. This right here is what I've been saying about 432 hertz in sound. 432 hertz is the universal frequency. So at the end of the day, that's why I've been saying 3 and 2 are prime numbers. Okay, 4 is a composite number. So by default, they are separate as far as when you do the numerology with them. 3 and 2 added together is 5, and 4 itself is a singular. It's the foundation.
Look at the patterns. Magnetrons. This is why so many magnificent rose windows resemble cymatic patterns so closely. This is why they look like the petrified pulsations of a star. The entire ceilings of many cathedrals also mirror this sacred cymatic geometry.
I didn't realize I
This
had
is
the
why
wrong
so many
pencil.
of the structures
That's why my stuff
contain
looking like
huge
this.
bells and chiming clocks.
I sure wonder
The
what's
tolling
going on.
bells would emit powerful vibrations and influence an entire area's water supply.
I got light lead
The
and dark
sound would
lead.
influence the molecular structure of the water, which was then used for a variety of purposes. And that's not all. Many of these structures also housed another wonder of the world, the king of sound, the organ. Have you ever stopped to look at some of the great organs before? These were not constructed by ordinary people in the 19th, 18th, 17th, and 16th centuries. Like the structures they reside in, they are a marvel of elegance and majesty, the most powerful sound instrument in the world.
And I also just made a full blown page for the Nazca lines actually on Instagram. I literally made. See, I'm starting to apply myself with the internet and everything now. At this point, that's the stage I'm moving on to. I can put myself all across the world through the internet. Thankful for it. I need the other channel too, Court. Okay, I got y'all. I'll give y'all the link. Put the link out there after the video sometime within the next 24 hours after I'm done with this video, because I might actually, I don't know, I'm gonna continue to work on this and everything. So I might just stay live and just work on it on camera. And since I'm on camera, I don't know. I might be here for a minute. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I'm still thinking about that, but I might get off. I don't know. But dang, I forgot what I was about to say. I was about to say something real important.
The specific organ sound waves of low and high frequencies would no doubt have enabled those of the old world to manipulate the ethereal energy in ways they saw fit. The magnetron rose windows that would not have contained glass would amplify these sound waves, which in turn would influence the molecular structure and properties of the etherized living water. Organs would have had multiple uses, perhaps providing entire towns with specific resonant frequencies for good
Oh yeah,
health
yeah,
and
that's what I was saying.
prosperity.
I created a page on Instagram for the Nazca lines, literally, and I'm starting to manipulate and use the internet, for the greatest circumstances for myself. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing is posting all of my 45-degree knowledge. I got one page for literally the Great Pyramids. At first, I had them pretty much conjuncted together. I was putting information regarding this and the Great Pyramids out there together. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and let the Great Pyramids of the future that I'm doing, let that be its own entity as far as Instagram. But on the other hand, I got the other page where I'm gonna dedicate this whole project with 45 degrees, the Astrayas, stuff like this right here, this knowledge with the sound and everything. I can showcase all of this over there and show that, so that I can already be putting out my knowledge and stuff. See, with the internet and everything, when people Google Nazca lines 45 degrees, when people actually catch on to it in the future or whatever the case may be, my stuff already be in the algorithm because of that alone. Because usually, whenever, especially when you do something big as far as Instagram, because Instagram by default, I don't know if y'all know that, but if you post something on Instagram, I don't know how, but it goes all around the world. You might think that, nobody sees it or whatever, but if you post something, it goes all around the world. And I mean, like, when I say that, I mean, there's other third party websites and stuff like that. If you type up your name on Instagram, you'll never think that that website got your pictures there, but it do, and they be from some from China, some from Russia. You would never know, So it automatically just goes everywhere. It's something like this that's worthy knowledge. She's going to disperse, and that's exactly what I want. So that's going to help me, and it's only going to help the creator, get his name out there. I have no problems behind nobody knowing who created what first. I already got that nipped in the bud anyway. Here with YouTube and everything else, I ain't worried about that at this point. But like I say, I'm just getting smart with the internet at this point, and that whole Nazca lines thing. That's what I'm gonna do. So if anybody want to follow the Nazca lines page, it's literally the Nazca lines. Just type it in on Instagram, and that's where it's at.
The specific functions of the organ have been deliberately hidden and withheld from our knowledge. Interestingly, the official history states that the first organs of the world were water organs, in which the power source pushing the air is derived by water from a natural source or by a manual pump. No doubt a deceptive half-truth disguising the instrument's true interaction with water. And like I said before, most of these structures had areas nearby to store and hold large quantities of water. Many of the structures feature underground cavities or
And that's part. See the Bible, what it says as well. I was looking into the like I was showing y'all as far as the Nazca Estrella and this relation that one person has showed with the New Jerusalem aspect. The New Jerusalem aspect there. Apparently, New Jerusalem is supposed to be either a cube or it could be and it's supposed to, like I said, it's supposed to be here in the United States, in the region of Independence, Missouri, which ain't too far away from where PR Corey is from. I'm from Arkansas. Missouri ain't too far away. And my whole point behind saying what I'm saying right now is he's talking about these embodiments of water. Well, Mississippi River is the most, strong or influential body of water here, besides the Great Lakes up there at the top. Um, the Mississippi River is a very, even our ancient ancestors, the mounds and stuff were built all around it. So, I'm at the end of the day, that's part of, this knowledge right here, and what he's showing is going to be linked together. And I'm thinking about all of that. But the New Jerusalem was said to be, the same length by width by height, the dimensions of it. And I found that kind of crazy because this is almost like a cube. This is a pyramid, literally. What I'm talking about building here is a pyramid. It's not just going to be my project. It ain't going to just, this is not going, the pyramid itself is not going to just be, I'm going to be known as the architect. The architect is the person who, without him drawing it out, technically it wouldn't exist. But this is going to be created by this age and humanity. It's not going to be known just to me and my name. I'm just the ripple effect that started it all. And I strongly feel that I deserve that. Why shouldn't I deserve that if I start something that nobody else took out the time to see any significance in to start themselves? And if I'm doing it with good intent, that's all that matters at the end of the day. And so it's not just for me. And when they look back in the past, they said, and they think slaves built it. But when you think about what I'm doing and what I'm saying right now, if they were thinking on this type of knowledge level, why the hell would people think the slaves built those? They, if you come together for a righteous, this is how, what I'm showing is this is how you bring together humanity. This is how you weld together a nation that is so ripped apart and unfocused, has no focus. Literally, you give them a something that they can all unite. This is universal. Everybody can relate to this. It just take them to open up their mind to it, because this is the truth that's always has been here. I'm just the only person that shine the light on it and created it. So the truth has always been around us and everything. It's just about people having an open heart to it, and it's all going to elevate the consciousness of
some of
humanity.
which have been drained and some kept intact. Sometimes the cistern was located apart from and outside of the structure.
Because once people get grip of it, they're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, I got the chance to have a chance in actually having hands in history to help build some pyramids here on." People gonna jump on it after people start seeing that it's actually gonna start to happen. They're gonna jump on it, and they're gonna be like, I got a chance to actually do something that's good for humanity, that's gonna help the future, help leave behind knowledge for the future. Once they realize that they're doing that, and everybody gonna get on board, and then next thing you know, you got a whole nation that's starting to hear about that. We got news. What do people think once they hear about this discovery, and I get my chance out there to get on the news or whatever the case may be, and I tell everybody what does this all mean is what they're gonna ask. Like, of course, well, at the end of the day, what you think I'm not gonna bring up the pyramids? And then right after that, that's gonna spark it all off. Everybody hears about that on the live freaking air. That and then they love to flaunt stuff like that. Pyramids are going to be built here in the United States of America, you know. And then next thing you know, there's this huge movement, and everybody's, you know, grasping onto it and seeing the positive aspect that can come from it. Then next thing you know, you got everybody ready. Once they see it started, you're gonna be that much more ready to get it done. Once you see progress, it's just like once you start working out. It's when you start seeing progress, you want to go ahead. It make you amp up even more. You want to hurry up and go ahead and get your body to where you want to see it at. And that's exactly what it's going to do. Once the foundation is laid, the first foundation is the image. I'm putting the image out there in people's mind. You can talk about it all day, but I'm putting the image in people's mind. The pyramid is right here in front of people's face. Literally. This is what it's going to look like. But as far as the chambers, architectural, how it's going to be built, using, you know, the new age this is going to bring in the new age technology. Sorry, hold on. This is going to bring in the new age. That's why you're hearing about the new. See, these people know this. Um, at the end of the day, the technology is moving faster than it ever has. UFO technology, the same stuff that y'all hearing about, these UFOs and stuff that they're talking about, all of a sudden at this random point in time, is because they know that they about to elevate up the technology. See this phone right here that you're looking at. How many of y'all done heard that this screen is a black portal, or the screen itself is a black portal? Well, that's what I'm saying too. Even this is the next phase from these phones is actual portals, actual portal technology. I'm not far off. I'm just being real. The next phase beyond that is actual portal tech. That's what all of this stuff actually has to deal with. And mind you, Apple stuff is all at 45 degrees too. They compass look, they know what's up. But anyway, you know that, yeah, you know it. The same technology that's used to fly those aircrafts. I saw one of them flip. It was so dope. Like whether people think it's real or not, I don't care what nobody say. I've seen actual UFO in real life. And not that one specifically, but I saw that one that fucking, you know, went like this. It freaking I said that shit was dope. And I said, you know what, man? If you could do that with those stones, because see, all you got to do is encase the stone. That's just one way. If you encase the stone in magnetic property, so that, or in like a shell itself, it'll help it be able to be lifted easier because of its because of the magnetism. Uh, and that's just thinking on that level right there. But of course, you can advance anything way beyond that little simple thought that I just put out there. So a case could help lift these stones easily if you could create the correct case to put the stones in. And if you got the correct knowledge as far as how to, you know, with the electromagnetism, that's where you can get the technology to cut the stones. Part of the reason why they won't let, they know about this technology. That's how they creating the UFOs. It's the same tech. But part of the reason why they won't let that out there is because it's also a weapon. It can be used. That's why it's military stuff. If people get stuck, if, think about it. If you can cut a stone like that in half, like they got that big old granite, hard ass stuff. At the end of the day, what you think you can do to human bone, you know? And that's just being real, you know. So that's some crazy stuff, man. You know, and it's reasoning behind keeping stuff. You don't want stuff like that in the average people hands. You know, you get the wrong, get a gun in the wrong person hand. You know, you end up with school shootings. Man, you get some stuff like that, uh, it's gonna be some problems. So they gotta regulate certain stuff. You know.
The controllers have redesignated many of these areas as Roman baths. That's why Bath Cathedral in England is located right next.
Look at him. This is Sanchez right now. The original. This is him in his comment section. The original holy water. I know that y'all can't see it. I'm sorry for my sorry camera. When we get rich, it'll be all different. The original holy water made us live longer. It was highly charged by sound vibes. You mean Yahweh vibes? You mean Tetragrammaton vibes? Because guess what? The Tetragrammaton, that's all got to deal with a God of sound. Come on, they the same God, right? Come on now. I'm just being real. The earth is hell, right? All of a sudden he talking about it like it's good. That's why all I'm showing to him is, you know, Let these people know that, you talking about, and all I'm saying is if we got negative within us as human beings, how in the world, how you gonna judge a creator for potentially having a negative side when that's all that we witness within us? If you think that the creator, that mean that you, by default, you're egotistical and thinking that, okay, I can do bad, I can do evil, but the creator, he can't do what I can do. He can't do evil. It can't do evil. That's messed up. So it's okay for us to do evil. It's okay for us to do wrong and then apologize, like this brother also did to a sister. It's okay for us to do evil slash wrong, because evil has different levels. You know, what one person perceives as evil, the next person might not. This is a perception based realm, literally. How you perceive is how you receive. Literally, I always say that. They spelled with nearly the same words, perception and reception, just spent around a little bit. So at the end of the day, what makes us better than the creator, for the creator not to be able to carry out some evil and whoop some ass when it's time to? You know what I mean? You got to think like that, and that's how you got to lay that down to people the correct way, instead of just putting. The way I take it is that that's fear monger. You're putting fear into people and tell Azazel this, Lucifer this, everything is bad, tetragrammaton bad. No, it's you can flip it upside down, but you can flip it back up too and be good. Remember, he said that the up triangle is good and that the ancestors focus on the up, right? Well, you also got it down, okay? As above, so below, okay?
It was either
That's all I'm
part
saying,
of
bro.
its functions among many others, or just an inherited act of repurposement. Many lighthouses are constructed in the familiar octagonal structure.
That's why and I think it scares people too, like that's why I say, I don't put, I'm not too short beyond when I'm sitting up. Why do they put so much emphasis behind hiding the good name of God, but you can say all of these demonic names? They don't want you to say Yahweh or whatever, the name, the true name of God, whatever the case may be, for whatever reason, because they don't want you to manifest good energy into your life. They don't want you to be protected. You wonder how I'm doing what I'm doing and things like that. Like I say, when people think one way, it's hard for you to even come out and even display what's really in your heart, because people just think that you worshiping some demonic god when I ain't worshiping nothing. I am pointing out the truth behind it, though.
Many have the red and white stripes, indicative of power stations. Many still have their antennas, and they were situated right next to the water. It is obvious that they had a similar role as many of the old world's power stations, refined, repurposed, and rebranded all across our realm. Lindau Lighthouse in Germany is a fascinating example. We see all the familiar dentils and holes, suggestive of vibration and frequency manipulation. We see the octagonal cupola. They have replaced the original antenna with New World junk, and oddly, the structure has a clock. And although those of the old world made the most advanced clocks ever seen, the presence of a clock face here appears superfluous. Perhaps the abundance
Good
of clock
vocabulary,
faces we see
superfluous. I don't
are
even know what that
simply
means. I ain't gonna
old-world
stunt.
structures and towers
You
are
got me
actually
beat.
repurposed steam
People tell
gauges.
me my
They used to be
vocabulary pretty
present
nice. Shit.
to measure the pressure
I don't
of
know
the
what that would
energetic
mean.
water. The
Superfluous.
intricate and complex
Let
design
me
of
try to
these
spell it.
lighthouses.
Let me try to spell it. I used to be good at spelling. Zup. Superfluous. Zuper. He might not have said superfluous. I might have. I ain't gonna even try it. I might have heard it wrong or whatever. But anyway,
Would have been a feat of engineering for those of the 19th century and their predecessors, unless those that came before the 19th century were technologically advanced, which of course they were.
it's
Mercury's
DNA.
role in lens rotation is a subtle example of repurposement. It is very likely that the complex apparatus at the top of these lighthouses were modified as illuminated lenses during the Great Reset, and what existed before operated to extract ethereal energy. For most of the 19th century, Gas and oil burners were used as sources of light in these structures. And yet, look at the size of some of these lenses. Look at the complexity of the designs. Waterhouse light running on gas and oil? I don't think so. The history of the lighthouse is of utmost importance because it, one, provides evidence of Mercury being present in some kind of apparatus directly located in the cupola, the very spot we see empty on so many structures today. And two, because Mercury's presence here was to enable the lenses to spin and rotate more easily. And that's very interesting because look what happens when you apply magnetism and electricity to Mercury.
I wonder, did I accidentally skip or something? Because, yeah, I did. I had to have. Yeah. How did I do that?
That these structures
I
had
ain't even
every
realized. My
and
bad.
some of
That's
these
where we was at.
areas as Roman baths.
Dang it.
That's why Bath Cathedral in England is located right next to the Roman baths. The water was also stored in red brick power stations, capacitors, or water towers. Open rectangular sites, reservoirs, wells, and step wells. This is why step
Does that look familiar? This is what I've been shown. That right there that you see is an Indian step well. I've recently brought these up on my shows. Um, like I said, it's almost like an inverted pyramid. This all deals with water. And this is all circling back to what I was saying about the Nazca lines, which is in the midst of the desert. Being that it's in the midst of the desert, by default, what do you need in order to live in a desert? And not even if they wasn't living in the desert, to build in the desert, to create those lines in the desert. You think they was out there without having any type of water? They had to have known about dowsing. Dowsing is a form of how you find out water in the ley lines in the first place. I went over all of this in the past. I told y'all and showed y'all the Toltec mounds here in Arkansas. The Toltec mounds, you can look those up. The Toltec mounds are what my ancestors built. Whether they were directly related to the Toltecs of Mexico, I can't confirm that. But what I can say is that the Toltec mounds specifically were Indian mounds, Indian slash Native American mounds that were built here in Arkansas. And there's different dowsing methods, rocks that they had that could that did dowsing and stuff like that. And they were very vague on the information, but secretive like it seemed. But I did a stream on that in the past. But these step wells, the grand significance of them is if you pay attention to it, it's built on the same type of complex geometry that you see right here on this paper, man. It's the same thing. You think that they built those like that just for no reason? With the fractal essence of it, that's not just for no reason. I've been showing that, but like I say, nobody's seeing any significance in what I was saying then, but it's all right there for people to see.
wells were
I'm
constructed
pretty
with
sure they get it
precise
now.
geometric patterns. Again, the symmetrical structures here work to encourage oscillation.
Okay, think about that. I'm gonna hold that right there. And this is part of why I'm telling y'all that with the as above, so below aspect, that's what's so dope about this. If you look at that right there, bam. Think about that's dope. Now that's dope. You can't tell me that that ain't dope. That is dope. This could be as above, so below aspect seen here. What you're looking at is not just a hole in the ground. You could look at it as a hole in the ground, but like I say, you get to choose. That's why I say it's so dope about this art. At the end of the day, you can look up at the sky. And you got a center in the sky and you got a center in the ground. Okay, center below and a center above. You get to choose based on your own self which one you gonna go to, based on your own actions and based on your own heart, your compassion, the compass of life, your heart. Eric Deep, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. I need a class, a 45-degree class, 101. Hey, man, I'm trying to get it in, man. I've been thinking this, man, this stuff does need like a class, man. Like literally, it's got its own class that could be taught behind it. But these specifically that you see here, this area could be a hole seen as a hole in the ground, or it could be seen as the hole in the sky. Both of them being that everything is all connected, it's either or. It's all about choice. All about will. The wheel of life, which is eight spokes, 45 degrees. Yeah, good to see you, Eric Deep, come through, man. I saw your recent video too, bro. That was very real what you had said, man. You know, as far as all of the confusion and stuff that people, man. That's why I'm being more about action with what I'm saying, bro. And I ain't ever trying to, give people stale content. You know what I mean? I know I say I'm done here, and when I come on here, I might not be talking or nothing like that, but I am gonna disclose my other channel to y'all, and get that to you. Put that in the comment section within 24 hours after I cut off this video, so y'all can still meet me over there with the good people I'll be bringing over there, because I got some really knowledgeable acquaintances that I've been building on my Great Pyramid page that I think that people would love to come across, some open minds, some where you can learn some new information from. Just like this right here, because this dude did this with this video. This is pretty amazing, man. I'm telling you, I really like this video.
Geometric pattern.
I know it took a lot of work.
Again, the symmetrical structures here work to encourage oscillation or vibration of the ions. They kept the water electromagnetically charged, and the aqueducts and viaducts would have worked in a similar fashion. It is likely that a lot of the huge electromagnets we see scattered across our realm would have actually straddled passing water, much like we see on the Volga Don Canal, even though it's unlikely that the Volga Arch is original, and that many roads themselves were constructed during the Great Reset.
I'm still on number 4.
Likely that the inheritors of the
This takes so
19th
long,
century
man.
were instructed to drain
Especially when you're
many of
talking.
the tributaries that once carried water. That's why we see drained castle moats and star stations. Perhaps that's what a lot of the surplus mud we see during this period was used for. Perhaps a lot of homes and buildings were constructed with underground chambers to store their own personal supply of living water. And these areas were destroyed, filled in, and forever hidden with vast amounts of mud during the 19th century. The use of electromagnetism, sound waves, and water would have had endless applications and uses in the old world, most of which we will never
What's
know
the link?
about.
I'm gonna I can't get it right now. Matter of fact, let me see, bro.
The abundance of remarkable and
I gotta
impossible
choose which
stately
one too,
halls and manners found
because
throughout
the
our
ladies
realm
just asked that
point
earlier.
to the
I said I was
mass-scale
gonna put it
farming
out there
practices
in
of
the
the old
comment
world.
section.
We travel miles to marvel
Alright,
at
real
their
quick.
beauty and grandeur. But more impressive than the structures themselves are their gardens and water gardens. We have the Palace of Versailles, Schwetzingen Palace, the Royal Palace of Caserta, Nymphenburg Palace, Herrenhausen Palace.
45
Even
degrees.
today, they still
That's
retain
it right
much of
there. Oh wow. Let me look at that one
Palace of Caserta,
in depth, because that's that
Nymphenburg
emoji too.
Palace, Herrenhausen Palace. Even today,
Okay. Yeah, they did that. That's dope. That is dope. And see, as you continue to turn it, you get more and more 40. And that's what I'm saying with this. Every time you turn it 45 degrees, you get another square fractal base. That's the square now. And if you turn it 45 degrees, that becomes a new square. And this right here, so everything is square based. This is why, as well, even though he's showing, great evidence right here with the, they say that about squaring the circle for a reason. And I'm not too far beyond thinking that the Earth could, if it is flat, that it could be square as well, square shaped in some type of way that the continents could be because maybe it's above, that's the circle, and the square plane is down below. But that I ain't gonna conclude on that. I'm not. I gotta find which one of these is it gonna be because I got PR Corey the channel. I changed the other one to 45-degree facts. I think yeah, 45-degree signs. That's the one I'm gonna get y'all. Cause you gotta make multiple ones so that you can uh, copy. Hold on, what is this thing doing? Okay, go to your channel. There we go. All right, the link is coming in just a second. The way I can go to it. All right, there it go. That's it right there. It's called 40. It should be 45-degree signs. Excuse me. Shit. Golly. Yep, 45-degree signs. All right.
They still retain much of their space of Caserta, Nymphenburg Palace, Herrenhausen Palace.
And see the circle in the center. That's what he has showed as well. Later on, when he had showed the whole map and everything, as far as the Earth, when he was getting in on a reflection of the moon and all of that, he was showing how the circle there's a hole that he was depicting, which is supposed to be some type of vortex, is what he was saying. The true vortex of the Earth. That's what that could be right there, seen as that they was depicting. I don't know. But I know that these got to deal with definitely the cardinal directions of northeast, south, and west, and intermediate too. Right
Even
there.
today, they still retain much of their splendor and brilliance. But it's when we look at some of the old plans of these areas that we realize just how otherworldly these sites were. They were never constructed to house the elite. They were the farms of old. Look at the gardens. They are cymatic gardens.
Bang, bang,
Even
gotta get
from
down
these
for my
old
thing.
illustrated plans,
Bang,
we can
bang, gotta
see
get down for my
just how
thing.
gargantuous these farms were. Microcosmic grid systems, suggestive of the entire larger power grid itself. The cymatic gardens were likely grids cultivated with sound and the living water to grow food, herbs, and who knows what else. Even contemporary
Now that makes so much sense because once you go into the aspect of different places like in South America, especially, which is what a lot that's where most of my work got to deal with South America. That's where I'm strongly sensing and getting the information. And my ancestors, most of them is from South America. That's why my skin. I know in this right here, I got a red tint to my skin a lot, um, and especially my a lot of people in my family that's lighter skinned than me, because my dad was on the. Well, he ain't dark. Corey ain't dark. My biological dad, he ain't dark like that. Because I'm a junior, you know. A lot of people get me mixed up with him. Probably, you know, I ain't gonna even get into that, but anyway.
scientists openly acknowledge that sound waves strongly influence the growth of fruit, vegetables, and crops.
Absolutely. So how is this all negative? You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm a sub back to you. You know I got you, bro. And I appreciate it too. Um, but yeah, yeah, with Sanchez saying everything about the devil being, the god of music and everything. Music, how do you have sound? Music without sound. Sound and music is synonymous. 432 hertz. So all of this stuff that we talk about, 432 hertz, sound, frequency, healing. Look at the etymology of heal and hell. Heal and hell is very much similar. HEL, heal, hell. You know what I'm saying? I don't, but they're opposite. Because if you in hell, you're not being healed. If anything, you being cursed. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm saying it's a balanced aspect to this world. That and to just spew out the negativity aspect of one and not show people that really the negative aspect that people looking at is like a punishment type of aspect. or it's it's man, it's crazy.
And to this day, some of these structures retain a lot of their glory when viewed from above. The Palace of Versailles, a wondrous geometric marvel, a collection of impossible structures, extraordinary cymatic gardens, and water systems. Let's venture closer into the Palace of Versailles and have a look. Hold on now. Wait, what? This is not the Palace of Versailles. I really need to fix this thing. It's been acting up a lot lately. Where are we? Wait a minute. I recognize this place. Memories from a long time ago. This is Chatsworth House in the Peak District, England. Oh well, this should do. Come on, let's see what we can find. Chatsworth House was completed in 1708, we are told. Its story, much like the story of the entire Peak District, is a fabrication, a complete lie. The place has changed much over the
I ain't
years.
gonna color that
It is
in yet.
situated beneath two large
I ain't gonna
bodies
even
of
do that.
water, the Emperor and Swiss Lake. The water from the lakes is channeled across a broken aqueduct before falling 79 feet and meandering gently down the hills
See
in
what
complex waterways
what's his
and running
face is
right
saying
into
in the
Chatsworth
chat
Estate.
right back now.
The waters feed the
Now let's see, is he saying anything negative at all? Can you imagine the pristine energy that saturated our ancestors' environments? The pristine energy that saturated our ancestors' environments. That's crazy. That's crazy because on one end it's negative. You're talking about it like it's all negative. Then he talking about it now like it's all positive, or that the ancestors do. Because mind you, it was just the tetragrammaton just last week. Everything is the tetragrammaton under this tetragrammaton matrix that the ancestors. Anytime that you see the ancestors do this, anytime you see these pyramids that the ancestors made, there was a tetragrammaton matrix. Is what insinuating negativity. Man.
state's other lakes, rivers and streams through a series of runways and a
Oh
multitude
boy.
of complex tunnels beneath the estate and the structure itself. Due to the estate's repurposing, much of this remains hidden, but you can see the tunnels quite
Zero
clearly
watching.
here, snaking
All
their
right.
way down.
I mean, I pretty much made my point and everything here. I got zero watching and everything. I don't think that it's anything new and relative anytime soon dealing with sound that's gonna come up. Oh, that was 8:45 degrees. But I might go ahead and get off of here, or I might stay working. I don't know. On here, I don't know. Nah, ain't nothing gonna come up.
Automatic glass manufacture.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, man. Ain't no reason for me to stay on here if ain't nobody watching. I appreciate everybody who's come through and everything, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it at this point. Uh, y'all stay safe as usual, as I say, and I appreciate everybody coming through once again. I gotta say that more than once, but yeah, I mean what I say, man. At the end of the day, look forward to me being over there on the other channel. If you don't see me over here for however long or whatever the case may be, you know where I'm at. The link is posted there, and I'll also be posting it in the comment section, like I said that I would for the people who didn't come back to the video um, to watch it during the live stream. So I'll post that in the comment section, and trying to think, is there anything else I need to say? I think that's it. All right, peace out.